talking about. I'm gonna have to edit this part out. I was saying something about people in their like situational awareness and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just crazy to me, like just people and just their inability to be aware of their surroundings. What about you?
I do notice that. Yeah, but
Up.
people did that a lot in prison too.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, come on, there was a lot of idiots standing around like, hey,
Oh,
what's going on, man? There's a
There was
war
this-
going on. It's like the whole day room's quiet, and
Yeah.
they're standing out there like, yeah, I'm about to go work out or something. It's like, fool, there's no one out here in the middle of the day room.
There was
You hear
this-
crickets chirping. That means something's about to go down.
There was this one time I was at Smith and the Bloods and the GDs got into it, and so they're lined up, shoes on. All the Bloods are over here on one side, all the GDs are over here on one side, and there's a little Blood dude standing in front of the TV. I'm talking about this close to the TV, just standing there. We're like, bro, you gonna be the first one out. They gonna go straight for his dumb ass. Get him first. Like, yeah, I don't know how people can just not be aware of their surroundings. I don't know. It's just amazing to me.
Oh, I can see how they are out here like that. Because everybody's looking at their damn phone. Everybody, all the time. Definitely when driving, it's illegal here to do that now.
And they still do it.
People still do it. It's like they do it more.
Yeah. And they don't even try to hide. It'd be different, like you trying to hide it.
Yeah, looking down.
Like, no, people got it up here.
Yeah.
FaceTiming while driving.
I've been guilty of that.
See, it probably causes more accidents now that people try to hide it, because now they have to hide it down here and look down instead of looking at the road.
But I mean,
instead of having it up here and looking at the road at the same time.
It's no worse than back in the day when you got the big CD book or a map.
Yeah.
CD book.
Yeah.
Holding stuff in your teeth.
Yeah.
Trying to get it.
Women with putting their makeup on while driving. Yeah.
People, I guess people just in general just aren't aware of their surroundings at all. I don't know.
There's something to be said about trying to wake up every day with a sense of awareness, living a life of awareness. And I actually have a book about that so much that, because I feel like I lost touch a little bit about how to be aware of every day. Like, just, you're making a choice to live, and especially for you guys, this is everything. You didn't have these choices before. So I don't know, I try to remind myself with these little passages I read every day about how to live a life of awareness, but it's just really hard to get caught up.
Right.
It's really hard to not get caught up in whatever the buzzing is, the noise, I like to call it,
Yeah, that's a good word.
So, but that's all we can try to do is keep it aware, keep it real, and
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either. I think that we should develop a sign off, something we say at the end of every episode to be like, I don't know.
Keeping it with the outsider's perspective, like it kind of keeping an awareness, this outsider's perspective of awareness.
I think my perspective is, I don't know.
What is it? What is it?
Sure. I don't know. I feel like I just have just the way that I was raised and like just a lot of the things that I went through in life. I feel like give me a different perspective than most people. Like, I don't know if there's a lot of people that just have been through no one has been through exactly what anyone else has been through. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times people go through like these like generic cookie cutter type situations, right? And I feel like, I don't know, the types of situations that I lived in my life, I'm not trying to, and it's not like anything that I'm trying to brag about or anything like that. I just think that it gave me a different perspective on just everything.
Yeah, it made you who you are.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I feel like being out here, and like I drive all day, and so I swear like 90% of people are fucking NPCs, bro. Like, never.
What does that mean?
Non-playable character, like in a video game, with like all the characters in the background.
Yeah.
AI,
But it's just like they've never had an original thought. They're the people that America wanted them to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the people that America thrives on.
The get up, go to work, don't ask questions, go home, make your little fucking food and feed your family and go back to sleep. Get up, go to work.
Do it again.
Yeah, like no original thought. Go to church on Sunday. Not that I'm saying church is a bad thing, but
I am.
Well, I mean, it's not a good thing. But yeah, like those types of people, like I feel like the world is full of like 90% of everybody is a fucking NPC. Like They just thrive off of what the next person is telling them. Like everybody, like what is Joe Rogan saying, or what is Donald Trump saying, or what is Andrew Tate saying?
People do that shit a lot.
What does the pastor say? What does my teacher say? Like,
what do you say?
Thank you. Like, what is your perspective on it? Like, what is your idea?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to discredit any of those people, but those people are where they are because of their perspective and the fact that they know how to
think on their own.
Right.
They have their own thought, you know.
And most people don't.
No.
It's like that in prison and out of prison. That's why a lot of people, like, when they go to prison, the first thing they do is join a fucking gang.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't know how to think on their own. They don't know what to do. And they see that's what everybody else does. Like, I thrived on the fact that I didn't join the gang when I was in prison.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it comes with its bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because prison is so political. There's a lot of things that, as a civilian, you can't do. And a lot of things, not like can't, but like you
see that's
for
the thing.
For your safety.
That's the thing.
Saying? Like,
you know, the term is like the civilian. You know, in prison, a civilian is someone who's not in a gang. You know, and I had this conversation with somebody while I was in there, and that came up. Man, we're civilians in here. I said, whoa, we're all in the room. They're like, we're civilians. I said, what? Who? I ain't no fucking civilian. Oh, what you affiliated with? I was like, I ain't affiliated with shit. He's like, well, you're a civilian. I was like, no, civilians are the victims. I'm not a civilian in the war. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guerrilla or something, you know, but I'm not a civilian. So, you know, you can be a part of the fucking war and not be on the side. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so, sure. I never accepted being a civilian because there was nothing civil about me in there.
Yeah.
You know?
There was nothing civil about being in there.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. But I definitely feel that. Like, I don't know. It's just being able to think on your own, it helps with just even like we said in the very first episode, it's about your mindset more than anything. And if you have the mindset of success, then you're gonna succeed. Yeah. If you have the mindset of, oh, I just got out of prison, I'm a victim, oh,
that's failure.
I don't have, then you've already failed.
Well, that's any adversity in life. You can't let that
exactly
define you.
Mm-hmm.
It will define you in a sense because you're gonna figure out hopefully how to overcome and how to, you know, get around or go through. Really, the only way through, I think, the only way to get through anything
is to just keep
go
going.
Through it.
Yeah.
To deal with anything is to go through it.
Yeah.
So, and that's what gives us each our own perspective, the outsider's perspective, the Emeka perspective,
the Tanya
perspective. So.
I couldn't say perspective. I said the perspective.
This is in the outsider's perspective.
Well, yeah.
We will
see when it comes to perspective, you know, that's the outsider perspective. I used to tell people that I'm nobody. They're like, who, you know, what you mean? No, you're somebody, man. Don't say that about yourself. I'm like, I'm not saying anything negative about myself. I'm saying I'm nobody because I do what nobody does.
Yeah.
You know, I think the way nobody thinks.
Yeah.
You know, so I'll have the nobody's perspective.
You know, it's crazy when it comes to people like the way that we moved when we were locked up. People either fucking hated us for tried to find something to make them not like us, or they genuinely fucked with us because we were real motherfuckers.
Well, you know, everybody respected me there.
Yeah, everybody respected me.
The gangs and all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, I was making money doing everything that civilians aren't supposed to do, and I was the first one doing it.
Yeah.
You know, because you know I got respected. You know, just because I was myself.
Yeah. That's the best way to be. Just be yourself and be like.
I'm in prison, you know, and everybody walking. What's up, Shouty? Where you from, Shouty? What they call you, Shouty? You know, I'm like, my name is Emeka, and that's what they call me. You know, oh, man, nigga, you talk like a white boy. I say, no, I speak properly.
Yeah,
you know,
I hate that shit.
Look, I hit him with it one time. Like, man, you talk like a white boy. I said, look, go out to the day room right now and go find one white boy out there that speaks as proper as I do. Man, you know what I'm saying, man. It's like, no, you don't know what I'm saying.
You don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, so that's how I was, and I was just myself, and people liked it.
That's really the best way to be. Like when you're 100% and you do good business, and you know you carry yourself in a way that people know what to expect from you. Then like they respect you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not no bullshit. You're just a solid motherfucker.
Yeah.
What if our sign off is like got perspective, like The Simpsons?
Well, I figured we just like, signing off, episode whatever.
And this has been the outsider's perspective.
Yeah, and everybody just make a comment, Hey.
Just look right into the camera.
Comment.
Get all, yeah.
Remember to stay aware and stay outside.
I like that.
And don't do drugs.
Do drugs.
All right. We'll see you guys next week, man. And welcome to week 4, the Outsiders podcast, Outsiders Perspective podcast.
You gotta start again. Sorry.
It's cool. I gotta,
Yeah, good start.
That's cool.
Yes,
hey,
and we're back. And I am Emeka.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3. Cool. All right. And 3, 2, 1. Welcome to week 4 of the Outsiders Perspective podcast. I am Rock the Outsider, and I am here with my co-hosts
Emeka
and Tanya.
And this week we're going to be talking about re-entry. Really, we're going to be talking about the transition from the end of being in prison, getting out, and kind of living afterwards. So
yeah. And so for each of you, it was about a year difference. So we've got a couple different perspectives here.
Yeah, because I got almost exactly a year before you did.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about the process leading up to being released. What did it feel like? What were you doing?
It was okay. So for me, it was a little different because I had a date. Like I had a max out date. So from the beginning of my sentence, like I knew what day I was going home.
Oh wow!
And so I think that helped.
Is that not normal?
Nah, there's some people that are like hoping for parole, and there's some people that are like the way that the system works out. It's weird, But I had a date like guaranteed, unless I caught another charge inside, which I wasn't trying to do that. So I think as my time got closer, I kind of prepared myself mentally because there's not anything that the prison system does for you. Like in my sentence, I was mandated to go to a halfway house my last 6 months or 12 months or however long. That didn't happen.
Yeah.
But the judge said that it was mandated, but it didn't happen. So I've seen people go to the halfway house, and it helps. But I didn't get that opportunity. They gave me...
Did you ask about it?
Yeah, I tried. I did everything that I could in my power. There's nothing that I can do except harass the people that work at the prison.
That's weird that they let that
Which doesn't
happen.
help.
No.
I feel that's odd. If that was like the sentence and what was decided upon, how come there was no follow through on their end?
Because there's no accountability.
Wow. Well.
And then there's not enough bed. Like there's more inmates that are eligible for beds at a transitional center than there are actually beds at the transitional center.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like that too with defects and kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, the state doesn't have enough place.
But there's plenty of places. That's the thing. It's like, I don't know, it's a lot of legal jurisdiction mumbo jumbo that I'm really not about to try to get into, but
they make so much money off the system, the whole prison industry, that they really do have the money to accommodate the inmates that, are eligible for halfway houses and transitional centers.
And the thing is, they're not trying to, like, it's called the Department of Corrections, but they're not trying to correct anything.
No, trying to correct their pockets.
That's it. And so, like, there's no really real transitional period from being locked up to getting out. So, like, it was on me. Pretty much to like, I know that I'm about to get out, so I need to get my act together. Like I was like spent my whole time in prison writing. Like I got out of prison with a big old plastic bag full of writing material, like stuff that I had handwritten, like a lot of stuff.
I wish we had a photo of that.
I wish I did had a picture of it. No, I didn't.
I can imagine you standing there with your bag, because you told us that story before. The guy was like, "You're not coming back."
Yeah, I was like, no. And so, like, I prepared myself. Like, as I was getting ready to get out, I was working out a little bit more. I was, like, just trying to prepare myself mentally. And so, like, you just get out and like that's it. Like like you're in prison and then you walk up to the front and then you're out of prison and then like you're just out. Like
yeah,
like that's it.
Yeah. Okay, here it goes.
Like
this is it.
They give you $25.
Yeah, they give you $25. Like luckily for me, I was hustling inside, so I was able to leave with a little bit of money in my pocket, but not enough to like survive off of.
No, it's expensive out here. And I thought the chain gang was expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive out here for real.
Yeah, it is expensive.
Like the prices have gone up. I've been out. I got out last June, so like 18 months, and I swear prices have gone up like 3 times on everything since I've been out.
Yeah.
So what kind of things were you preparing for mentally? How were you setting your mind up for society? Because you had been there for 10 years.
Yeah. I don't really know. Like my thought. This was my thought was, I'm gonna go get a job. Hey Ruby. My thought was I was gonna go get a job and work in a warehouse or drive for Uber or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like and then just I don't know. Like I didn't really have like a certified plan. Like I had a plan and lots of ideas, but I didn't have just like.
You had housing, and that was
that's crucial.
So when you're I guess if you were in there, you're preparing. You're saying, okay, housing, job, and I guess healthcare. You know, are 3 things that are probably pretty immediate, right?
Yeah, it's different for everybody though because not everybody has that housing. Like that's the biggest thing. Like I'm blessed that I have a family that is supportive of me because a lot of people get out and
nowhere to go. They
don't know what they're walking down the street like what am I supposed to do with $25?
Yeah.
Do they have transitional housing? I mean, you talked about the halfway home that was part of your sentence that they couldn't get you in, and I know I've heard people talk about just going into transitional housing or doing programs for prisoners released. Actually, for Queer Eye, there was one particular episode that they, showed what this woman was doing to help people with coming out of prison, just in general.
Right.
But it seems like the state's lacking that. So we kind of mentioned that before, but man, what a thing that would be to start a business to help people transition out because if they don't have families.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are big into like the formerly incarcerated movement of people on social media and out in the world, and those are things that people are working on, but I don't know of any that are in like people are trying to do it in Georgia, but I don't know of like how big the movement really is, if there really is one. I know there's more one for like federal inmates and inmates in California, but I think with just the way that Georgia as a state is and the way that the prison system is set up, like I don't think people are really thinking about it.
No, I mean I would never think about it, to be honest. Just living my life. That's terrible. Yeah, it's really unfortunate. So, so you had a date. You knew you were getting out. How about you? Did you know the day you were getting out, or did you kind of get caught off guard?
Yeah, my situation is kind of messed up because I had a 12-year sentence, and I ended up doing 13 and a half years. I did an extra year and a half. When my date that I was supposed to get out was coming up, I had noticed, that there was like I didn't get credit for like a year and a half worth of time. So I went through the process, which first you have to write a grievance, and then you have to exhaust that, and then you have to. It's a process. It's a long, fucked up process. So I even sent this to the courts, let them know my time needs to be corrected. And what the courts told me, it's not up to them. It's up to the Georgia Department of Corrections, because they sentenced me. The Cherokee County sentenced me. As well as Lowndes County, and they sent them the sentence. So once they send them the sentence, it's on the Georgia Department of Corrections to help, make me serve the sentence. So they have nothing to do with how much time I actually serve. Yeah, it sounds crazy. So anyways, I disputed it, and they denied me, and I did an extra year and a half. So
that's a long time.
Yeah, I know. And once I figured out, this, I exhausted all my remedies, and I'm like, I'm about to do this extra year and a half. I said, you know what, fuck it. And that's when I focused. Well, I was already focusing on when I get out before, I figured this out. But once I figured that out, I did go through like a down period, like, fuck, that's fucked up, and.
I don't understand that stuff. Like, there's so much that I don't understand why things don't get done. And is it just because you didn't have a lawyer? Or, like, literally, why would they do that? That doesn't make sense to me.
I see people with lawyers going through fucked up situations like that.
Yeah, because it's the Department of Corrections.
So they said, the county said he has to do 12 years. For some reason, they kept you in a year and a half extra. Yeah. That wasn't because of your behavior?
No.
Well,
I still don't know.
I really don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I did the time. I still don't know. And I have all the paperwork. I calculated all the time. And they still...
So what was the process of that? You had to go to like the warden and be like, "Yo." Yeah,
correct it.
And they didn't want
to. They didn't correct it, so I had to send it. I had to file a certain court motion, and I sent my grievances or whatever to the courts with all my evidence of the time correction, and they denied it too. So.
Man, that is just so weird. Why would they deny it? Because of your behavior?
No, it has nothing to do with behavior. It's just that they didn't care, and that's just how it was.
That you did the time or something?
It's clear on the paper what my sentence is, and it's clear that it's clear. Everything's clear on the paper. So. I
mean, that's terrible. They treated you guys really bad. That's awful.
Oh, that's not even the tip of the iceberg.
Well, yeah, I know.
But an extra year and a half. I mean. So you were preparing, so you prepared for one date, and then you kind of had to re-prepare. You had a year and a half. And so what did your mindset look like once you kind of got out of that down period of just acceptance of that year and a half?
Well, I've always been focused on, when I'm coming home, but I just started focusing a lot more on it and doing things to prepare. Like, I got certified as a beekeeper. I tried getting into the college that there's like what's it called? Ashland University. Yeah, they offer certain degrees. I tried to do that, but I couldn't do it for some reason. I got denied for financial aid. And I also was mastering my craft of making liquor. I read lots of books. Those are the things I was doing as the time got close.
And obviously, I mean, you guys weren't, I don't think, maybe you were looking for trouble when you were in there, but, like, did something change in your mind in the last 6 months where you're like, all right, like, I'm just going to try to stay to myself, or did you always try to stay to yourself, or what? Yeah,
I get the question, and yeah, some people are like, well, I'm about to go home soon, so I'm going to start chilling out and stop doing this and stop doing that. Well, some people are like, yeah, I'm going to stop carrying my knife and put this down and this and that. And I'm like, well, these are the times where you really do need all that.
Right.
Because it's like the closer you get home, it's like more bullshit gravitates toward you.
Why?
It's
people
just
mess with you more?
Not even. It just shit just happens.
Yeah, I think it happens naturally. Like, yes, if some people know that you're going home soon, yeah, they might do certain shit.
Did you share that with people? That
no,
I
didn't tell anybody. I think I told outside. Well, before outside left, I wasn't even 100% sure when I was going home.
Yeah, he was still doing. You were still doing like a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Because you were technically supposed to go home before I did.
Yeah, you remember that shit?
Yeah. Wow.
But.
So you prepare your mind, you get out, you got $25 in your pocket. Someone pick you up?
Yeah, my mom was waiting outside for me. My mom was
waiting.
Yeah,
my mom too. Yeah, my mom was out there waiting. Yeah.
I got in the car. Like, oh man,
my mom was there like 2 hours early.
My mom was sitting out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy.
Yeah. How did it feel?
It was great. Like, it felt. At first, it didn't feel real because throughout the course of me being locked up, I've had plenty of dreams where I'm out. You know what I'm saying? And like you be doing all kind of like you have a whole day out, and then you're like, damn, I was asleep this whole time, right?
Yeah.
So like, I kind of was half expecting to like wake up still in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was kind of like, I don't know. It was weird. Like, sleeping on my bed that first night was so awkward. it was.
Did you fall asleep? Because I remember you did share with me that you were kind of amped up.
Yeah, like I couldn't really. Able to fall asleep? Not really. Not at first. I couldn't fall asleep. I couldn't use the bathroom on the right, like on a normal cycle. Like my sleep was messed because like they wake us up at like what's breakfast 6 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
No wonder we get up at 5:55 a.m. every day.
Yeah, I get up early every morning.
I get up early now because I got to go to work.
Even when I was in there when the doors pop, shit, I might not get out of the bed, but I'm up.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And like the doors pop at, I mean it depends.
5:30. It's supposed to be 5:30. Sometimes at 5.
8.
Sometimes at 5. Shit depends on who's in there. Sometimes it ain't locked at all.
Yeah.
So it felt good. But the transition was tough for you in terms of sleeping, eating. What was it? What was that all about?
It was, I don't know, just because, like, for one, I wanted to eat everything, but then I didn't know what I wanted to eat. Like, there's so many options. Like, I didn't know. The first thing that I ate when I got out was actually Panera bread.
Oh, yum. What'd you get?
Whatever the steak sandwich was in, like, a Caesar salad or something like that.
Bread is so good.
Yeah. Their food is good. I liked it. We were my mom wanted to take me to Cracker Barrel, but look, so here's a story. I don't know if you know where Sparta, Georgia is, but it's down, like, south, like.
Bumblefuck, Georgia.
Yeah, Bumblefuck, Georgia, right? So we're driving up, like, whatever. I don't even know what highway road, I don't even know what route it is down there, but we're driving up the road, and we see a sign for Cracker Barrel. Mom's like, you want to go to Cracker Barrel? Like, yeah. We pulled into the parking lot. Like, the parking lot's on the side. And when we walked around the building and all of the, I don't know a nice way to say this, but, like, the residents of that small town in Georgia, you know what I'm saying, was looking at me and my mom. And we were like, you know what?
We don't like your kind around here, boy.
They didn't say that, but they said it with their eyes. You know what I'm saying? So we got back in the car. We was like, we just going to go to He was like, no, let's go to a Cracker Barrel closer to the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we get to that one, and then there was a wait. So my mom's like, you just want to go to Panera Bread? I was like, I don't care. At this point, I don't care. Like, I'm happy to be out. Like,
I know.
Like, the colors of everything was just so bright. Like, it didn't even seem real. Like, it was so, because, like, aside from being locked up, you're also going through sensory deprivation because everything is white.
Sensory overload.
Everything is white and gray when you're in. Yeah, everything is white and gray.
Yeah, I could see that.
The only thing that has color really is the TV.
Did it feel loud to you out in?
Nah, it was kind of busy. Like, everything seemed busy, but I think with it being, like, you know, right after COVID, like, everything kind of. I got out in 22. In like June, so you know, it was like kind of like everything was kind of trying to shift back to normal, but like what really is normal, right. You know what I'm saying? And so like I kind of got out in like an awkward time period anyway, so there really wasn't like a lot of, I don't know, excitement. Like, I don't know, for some reason one of the things that I wanted to do was go to the mall. I don't know why.
I love that.
But I went to the mall and like we just walked around and like it wasn't like a lot of people there like I was expecting it to be. And I don't know what I was expecting.
The mall ain't bumping no more like it was back in our day.
The mall
that was the shit. The mall and the movies. Movies are too fucking expensive now.
Yeah, the mall was
way too expensive.
Even if you might go to the mall with $12 in your pocket and walk around because
back in the day,
the mall was a circle. Yeah, so you go and walk around. You might walk around the circle 10 times.
Man, I love mall Chinese food though.
Oh man. So what was it like for you, like your first day out? Like what was your...
Yeah, my mom came to get me and I was supposed to get out 2 hours earlier. Like I said, my mom was there like 2 hours ahead of time. Yeah. And these people like drug their feet, you know, to do the paperwork or whatever.
Yeah, same one.
So when we finally got out, my mom's like, I didn't think they were trying to let you out or something. You know, I gave her a hug and yeah, she had clothes for me and everything. And outside, even though I've been in that parking lot many times transferring, it just felt different, looked different. Everything was different, you know. And, we got in the car, and the car ride was unreal. I'm looking outside.
Yeah, like everything is moving.
Look at this. We're moving fast, you know. Like, oh,
There's
shit.
so many bodies
wherever
of
we
water.
wherever we want to go.
The water.
Yeah, like seeing like there's so many bodies of water in that part of Georgia.
Oh yeah,
like,
there's
lakes, rivers, like all of that.
So you guys have the
it's
same
good
vibe.
nature out there, man.
Yeah.
But I just hate that it is where it is. I hate that the prison's there.
Yeah.
Because it ruins everything for me, at least.
Yeah, I don't have no desire to ever go to that part of Georgia. Ever. Like the whole middle of Georgia.
Like Lake Oconee and stuff, they have like events and all kinds of stuff. A lot of people go there for like tourism, but little do they know, right there in the little town right next to it, they have this fucking fucked up prison where people are getting killed and swept under the rug, you know.
Yeah, tortured.
Yeah,
like,
tortured and shit. Stuff, yeah, all kinds of abuse, you know. And that's like the main source of money in that town, in Sparta, is that fucking prison. Yeah, they employ most of the county's fucking employees.
Time to get out of there, huh?
Yeah, it's fucked up.
So you guys didn't stop. What did you guys do?
Hell no, we went straight to Little Five. That's what we did. We went to Little 5 Points.
Yeah.
Me and my mom. Yeah. And we went to Junkman's Daughter. And we got some pizza, I think. Oh no, we didn't get pizza.
Vortex. Right?
We were about to eat, but she already made food for me. She made salmon. I have pictures of it. We'll post it up. And she made salmon for me, my favorite fish, and she made it better than any chef or anybody out there. Just for the record. And yeah, that was the best shit ever. And she made stuffed peppers for me too.
Oh nice. She had mentioned she was able to take a week off to kind of get you going and help with some stuff with the transition, which was so sweet.
Yeah.
So you probably went and did some doctor's appointments and healthcare stuff and just kind of like took it easy. I know we were talking a little bit, like you told me you didn't really have an appetite too much.
Yeah, I just
like, kind of in and out of that.
I didn't really eat much. Like whatever my mom made, I ate. But like going out and eating, I really didn't start eating like out until about like maybe a month after. Now every now and then when I go hang out with my little brother Justin, he's always eating out and always eating all this exclusive shit. So when I go hang out with him, yeah, I'll eat exclusive shit. Yeah. You know, like he got this Korean barbecue chicken from this restaurant that's like on food TV and shit, and it's amazing.
I love Korean barbecue.
Did you guys find it hard to know what to do with your time out here, or did you fill it with walks?
So it was crazy for me because I got out a week before my mom's 50th birthday party.
Oh my god!
And so
fun.
I got out, and then like 2 days later, because 2 days later, my grandmother, my aunt, my uncle, my other aunt, another uncle, like everybody is in town.
That's awesome.
So like they're all in the house. So my aunt and uncle ended up having my room. I'm sleeping on the couch. Like it was just, and then like every moment of that week leading up to the party was planned out to a T. Like my mom was not playing around. Like every moment up to that. So from probably the day that I got out until the party, which was the next Saturday night. I got out on a Sunday, so then the next Saturday was the party. That whole week was planned out, and then the following 2 days until everybody was gone. And then it was kind of like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, now what? Like,
planned it out for you particularly, or was it?
No, it was her 50th birthday.
So what we
it just so happened that I was coming home. You know what I'm saying? Like, life didn't stop when I left. Like, my mom was out. My mom was out gallivanting the world and doing all kinds of stuff, going on cruises and all kind of stuff. But I mean, like, I didn't expect her to just like, was she supposed to just sit at home and just be sad because I'm gone? No, like, go on with your life. But no, she had a party planned out. It's her 50th birthday. Like, you only turn 50. Well, I mean, you only turn every age once, but I don't know.
50 is a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that whole week was just planned out to a T, and then like after everybody left and like it kind of settled down a little bit. It's like, damn, what do I do? And I was like, I want a job. Like, I need to make some money. Like, I'm not gonna just
you ain't gonna survive out here without
be
it.
At my mama's house. Like, nah.
Yeah.
So then I got a job. I found a job, and like, fortunately, my uncle gifted me some money to get for the down payment on the car. So I got a job in the car within like 30 days of me being out.
Yeah.
It's huge. And then you just been grinding, working, and I know you said you had a few jobs and.
Oh man, I've had so many jobs since I've been out. It's crazy. Cause it's like I feel like the job system is just like the prison system. They get you in there and they try to keep you in there forever to the point where it's like your life. And I'm trying to focus on myself, you know. So like I've jumped around from job to job just because I'm trying to do what's best for me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like in that time period, like I just need this job for a paycheck. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not hard. At least for me, it hasn't been hard to find a job. I know other people have had problems with it, but
I don't see why.
I don't either. I think it's down to the determination of the individual.
Yeah, it's up to you. If you want to work, there's too much work out here.
Yeah, like, for them to like. I started working at FedEx, right? I put in the application. They called me on the phone. It's like, hey, can you start on Monday? No background check, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
really,
yeah, dude.
Well, that's good.
If you need a job bad enough, you're gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's below what you want for just the time being, just
you gotta make money. Nothing. Yeah, you have to make money.
And so I was doing that. I was working jobs, and I just was like, I wanted to go to school. I have so much that I want to do, because when I was locked up, I wrote a lot.
Yeah.
So I wrote movie scripts, I wrote TV shows, I wrote songs and just business plans and all kinds of ideas. And so I was transitioning from like being incarcerated to being on the streets and like trying to find my footing in the world and just absorb everything that was going on around me and then try to figure out my place in it. And so one day I was like, I knew I wanted to go to school, and I knew, like, I was doing the Ashland University thing, but, like, I wasn't learning shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a free degree, but, like...
At school? In prison?
No, like, you can... I started it in prison, and then I was able to continue it on the streets.
You weren't learning? What were they teaching?
Like... Just
basic classes? Or
nah, dude, I was taking, like... This last semester, I was taking meteorology and, like practical thinking and stuff like that, but like I don't have access to a teacher. I'm not like, it's just words on the screen and I have a book pretty much, and it's like I don't like, it's not worth my time and effort for me.
I feel like we kind of discussed like 30 days, about 60, 90. What about a year? Because now it looks like you're in school.
Yeah.
You're doing something else. So like, what about like, you know, we talked a little bit about media, but what about the further as you went along?
So I was probably about...
You dropped that school. Sorry.
Yeah, I was kind of in the background. Like that Ashland University is like, it's like I can do that in the background and then go on with my life. Like the assignments don't take long. It's not hard, but like I don't feel like I was being challenged. Mm-hmm. So as I'm going along, I'm just like, I really want to just go to school. And so I just did some research and now I'm going to school for audio. And, like, I feel like now the time that I'm using, like, my day-to-day life with me learning stuff from school is allowing me to prepare for my future, which I don't think in a way for, like, the 10 years that I was away. I mean, I guess, you know, it was just life learning, life experiences being in there. You know, it helped prepare me for my future. But I feel like now the choice is my hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to get out there and decide every day what I'm going to do and if it's going to prepare me for my future. If I'm just going to be one of those people who sits at home and lays on the couch all day or ends up back in prison, you know?
Yeah. What about you, Mike? 30, 60, 90 is where you're at, I think. Maybe a little longer. What was that like for you? Like, what have you noticed so far?
Yeah, I got home in June. And compared from when I came home till now, you know, I've done a lot of things. So, you know, I've got a job. It didn't take long for me to get a job, like 2 weeks.
You had help?
Yeah, I had help. I had a little help. Coach Lat, he helped me get a job doing carpentry. And my uncle helped me out with the truck because he has a business, you know, in South Georgia somewhere, and he's living in DC right now, so the company's kind of, you know, in the air. So he had an extra truck that he could let me borrow, and I'm pretty sure eventually he's gonna sell it to me. So I had help with that. But even if I didn't have help with that, I would have figured it out. But good thing I did. And
whoa, kitty, sorry.
Now, I have high expectations for myself, and I feel like in these 6 months I haven't done enough. Because it's like I'm 13 and a half years behind, so it's kind of like I'm catching up. I got to catch up, so there's it's like you're not going to catch up.
I feel
you're not going to catch up.
Not
so
right away, not in 6 months, but you will.
I feel that because like I'm constantly I wouldn't say necessarily like I'm comparing myself to people.
Everyone does though.
But it's like I look at other people that are my age and see what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody's so different. You know what I'm saying? And like I be wanting to. There's so many things that I have wanted my whole life and that I want to do now still. And it's like you can't rush it. Yeah. Like I was trying for that whole first year, like I was rushing. I was just like trying to live up in the moment and like trying to catch up with everybody and trying to say yes and do everything and like want to agree to go everywhere and like can't rush it. Like you have so much life to live. Now that with my current job, I'm driving dialysis patients. I see like people that are old,
Dying,
like, and these are people like I'm only 30. I'm 31. You know what I'm saying? Like I got 50 years left.
Oh, confident, huh?
Yeah.
50.
I mean, my grandparents are still alive.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
That's good.
And like medicine is only getting better.
Yeah,
like, technology is only getting better.
Yeah.
So
it's all about taking care of yourself.
Right. And so like I'm not gonna rush. Like sure, I lost 10 years kind of, but I really didn't. I just spent my 10 years in a different place. Like I have a different learning perspective than other people.
Much, yeah, and in good ways and probably in ways that are hindering. But I would say, like we talked about before, just how the creativity and the drive to actually do what you want to do and not get caught up in the riffraff and the noise, which I feel like a lot of people out here do just because you're just going. You don't take the time to sit back and evaluate. But I was gonna ask you any advice for Mike since you're just a year in front of him, and like I know we've been hanging out a lot, but like for how to approach the rest of the year. And
I was thinking about it just because like doing this with you, and then I went to see one of the guys we were locked up with, Nacho.
Mm.
I went like the day he got out, he called me.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I'm coming. I'm pulling up. And I went to hang out with him. And like, I gave him some advice because it's like, we need some kind of like a group of people that are going through similar things. Like, we don't have anybody that can really relate to what we're going through unless they've been through what we've been through.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even somebody that works for the state or something, they don't understand. They don't know what it's like.
Yeah, and it sucks when you have people that want to help, but they're not helping. Yeah, it's like I want to help. It's okay. I know you want to help, but what you're doing isn't helping me.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Example.
Well, just I don't know. Give them.
You don't have to say it.
Well,
you don't have to say it, but like, are you talking about people who on the outside want to help you?
Yeah, when you come home, it's like they have things set up to help, but
they're not giving.
They're from the state, like from.
Well, just people in general. Yeah, state, whatever. Many things, and it's like, yeah, this is all good that you're trying to help me do this.
It's not what you need.
I need certain things. Like I need a job. I don't need some food stamps. I need some kind of help with a career path. I need a vehicle. I need money. These are the things that I need. They have like little programs for to help your what's it like thinking. What's that thing that we all had to do?
Reentry?
Not the reentry. The other one.
Matrix.
No, I forgot the name of the thing.
Oh, thinking for a change.
Thinking for a change. Motivation for change.
Dude,
like,
that
okay,
shit was the biggest crock of shit.
It is
bro.
now, but the thing is, it was cool, But that if you would have spent the money and resources on something to help, educate me on banking, or even educate me on how to get proper insurance, you know, and how to deal with doctors and how to make a call and have the patience to stay on the fucking hold for however long, you know, because that shit still bothers me, you know, having to deal with the computers, the technology, even dealing with people.
I wanted to ask about technology.
You know, that shit that's what's important. You know, it's like, I appreciate the thinking for a change and everything. I get where you're coming from, but that's not going to help me when I'm standing in line and I have to deal with these people.
Did they teach you in thinking for a change versus
nothing?
That?
You just
it's like
they had a little book.
They had a little book, and you just go through it and you fill in the words.
Yeah, and then have like drawings and stuff. You do have to be a little creative and like open up a little bit in it. But yeah, that's cool with in there. You know, you're opening up with these people around you in this group that are about to be released, but that's not gonna help you. In the real world, there's more important things
that I just got out of prison. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I don't know. It's just like maybe the way that I'm approaching the world is different, and I feel like I'm standing out in a way because I'm 31 years old. So there's certain things that I should know at 31 that I don't know because I spent my whole 20s incarcerated.
Yeah.
And like it's almost sometimes it can be like embarrassing, you know.
Okay, let me tell you one thing though. A lot of us don't know what we're doing, dude. I'll tell you, when I bought this house, I was like, oh my god, like I had to look it all up as I go, and it is really hard. And like some of these things with healthcare, I was telling Mike, like choosing your healthcare plan, like it is confusing, and not a lot of people know it until you sit down and you do it once and you really think through it, and then it comes easier. But like, it shouldn't be too. I understand how you could feel that way, but I just want to like kind of tell you that even I've been out here and I don't know either. Like a lot of stuff. Like it's kind of a scam being an adult, but that's a whole other story. But I get it. I feel what you're saying. I'm not invalidating. I'm just saying it's hard out here, and they should do that, and not just in prison, but in schools too. They should be teaching.
That's definitely something that I was thinking that earlier.
Healthcare.
They should teach us that in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Our institutions are lacking in what we actually need for life, and the money that I see that's spent in the DFAC system for sure, like where they spend the money versus where they should spend the money, it's just
you see it in prison, like. They're spending the money throwing parties for the staff that the inmates aren't even allowed to come to
every week. Yeah,
and then like they'll buy us. Everybody get a 2-piece chicken meal.
Yeah, you know that chicken box.
And that'll make you don't understand how crazy people go over these fucking chicken boxes.
Yeah, like that chicken, that Bojangles, man.
Sometimes they don't even. It depends where you get it from. But like, let it be from like we got Zaxby's that one time.
Oh man,
oh bro,
nigga went viral.
Nigga went crazy.
Nigga went viral with that shit. Remember that? What's his name? I forgot it. Forgot dude's name, but he had bought a bunch of them. You know, they had the stimulus checks and shit. He bought like 10 boxes of them for like $50. $50 a box. And so he has this little stack, and he gets online and puts a video up. Like, yeah, nigga, I'm still balling. I'm in prison. I'm eating Zaxby's in this bitch. You know. So the victims of his crime saw this shit. And they made a big deal about that shit, and then people started watching this shit. Yeah,
oh, wow.
I can't think of his goddamn name.
There was another guy that
he got transferred for that shit.
There was another guy that went viral. Nobody knows. Like I didn't know. Like he'd just be in there recording shit. Motherfuckers cooking liquor over here, or the way that they're doing workouts, or how they're doing the punching bag or whatever. Or you got the store man. He got all that. Like he'd just be recording stuff. Bro, they came in and locked the whole dorm down and went and got him and locked him up. Yeah.
Fucking jackass.
So what, I guess the kind of maybe last question, unless you guys have other things, but what were some of the things that surprised you when you guys got out that were shocking, different, the same?
Technology, dude. It's crazy. Like technology is fucking crazy. And this whole AI shit, which is because when I got out, I just got out. And when I got out, AI really wasn't like a thing.
Right. No. Last couple of years.
Not even a couple, like
ChatGPT, that just got big. I had downloaded it when I was in there. When I was in prison.
You know what I'm saying? Like all of this AI stuff is fucking mind blowing.
Yeah, I didn't know the extent of it. When the writers striking all this shit, they're talking about they're striking because of AI. I'm like, whoa, what do you mean? Like, what the fuck does this mean? They have AIs writing our movies and shit. Is that why everything's so good now?
I don't know what it. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, this stuff is crazy.
So you talked about the scenery being shocking, technology. Was there anything else that was shocking or not? Like, I mean, obviously,
it was hard to be around people for a little bit because just like inside, everybody is like everybody has an ulterior motive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's trying to get down. Everybody's trying to work the one on you. And to be out here and be around people, inside. Yeah. So to be out here and to be around people that genuinely are just good people, like that aren't trying to, they don't want anything from you. Like, it was weird at first because it's like, it's so hardwired into me because for a decade I was just around people that just were out for themselves, people that were in survival mode. And yeah, the transition, like my body and actually getting up and going to work and like doing all that, my transition was fine. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was like the mental part of me, like it took a minute for me to like really truly grasp like, damn, this is what I'm doing. Like, this is my life now. Like, fuck, I'm not in prison no more. Like, I'm actually out here at a job. Like,
yeah. And you're actually getting paid for the job.
Yeah.
Did you have any techniques that helped you to manage your relationships with humans, other maybe therapy, maybe, but like was there anything that you did to help combat? Like, that's a very interesting thing, is that people are, you think people might be against you, so you kind of had to recircuit your mind in a sense, it feels like. But was there anything particular that helped you do that, or just time?
Yeah, I think it was time and being like, just being around people. Like when I was working in FedEx, I would work. I'm a hard worker. No matter where I'm working, I'm gonna work hard because I'm getting paid. Like, I'm not one of the types of people that are just like want a free money or a handout or whatever. I'm gonna go earn whatever.
Yeah.
And so I work hard. And so when you work hard, people like you and you make friends. And so like when I worked at FedEx, we'd be working these fucking crazy ridiculous shifts. We'd all be smoking weed in the parking lot during the breaks or whatever. And like, there might be like 5 of us sitting in the car smoking. And we just start talking, and something that somebody says might remind me of some shit in prison. And I just would tell prison stories.
Yeah.
And it got to the point where, like, everybody was loving to hear these prison stories. Like, every time, like, we'd be in there, they'd be like, oh, tell us about this. Like, how do you do this? And like, it was crazy to the point where, like, before I got out, like I said, I've said this before, I knew I was going to make a podcast. Like, I knew, like, I had to make a podcast about that shit. So now that I'm out and I'm talking to these different people, and they're like, yeah, they're like actually interested in what I have to say. It's like,
Yeah, you guys had an experience for sure.
Yeah, but I think that definitely helped me with the transition, just being around people, working, just being part of the working class and just being with other people. Like, we're all equals.
Did you have friends that were in there with you that were out and that supported you, or... Because I feel like you've been such a big support, you guys, to each other.
Steve, when Steve got out, he showed support, he showed love, and he did that. And then when I got out,
he handled some things for me. Remember?
Yeah. And then when I got out, he pulled up on me. You know what I'm saying? He took me. We went shopping and all of that. And his dumbass got locked back up because he did exactly what we told him not to do. We're not even going to get into that.
Yeah, that's for another day.
But, like, I feel like it's something that we got to, like, I think it's kind of like almost like paying it forward, kind of.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, and your friends.
And so, like, when he got out, I pulled up on him, like, bro, let's just get you out. Let's go. And we went to the pool hall. You know what I'm saying?
Then we went to Harley's house.
Yeah, we went swimming and all that. Like, nice. Because, like, nobody really knows what you've been through. Like, even you two were talking while he was locked up, and then now he's out.
Yeah, barely.
Like, you don't, like, just on a day-to-day basis, there's just so much bullshit that we've gone through that it just, like, it affects us in a way that, like, no one else could understand unless they've been inside of a prison wall.
Yeah. But see, a lot of that shit that we dealt with, it helps me to deal with a lot of these people out here.
Yeah,
you know how when the female officers start acting all crazy and shit, and it's kind of like going to the DMV. You know how the DMV people act.
Exactly.
You know, it's like, okay, I know exactly why you're acting like this, and I know how to handle this. You know, it's just give them the silent treatment, or act like she didn't say it, or you know, give a response that just nullifies everything.
Ignoring people makes when you just are unbothered by other people's actions, they try so hard to get under your skin.
Yeah, it's
it
not
makes
gonna work.
them so much madder that they can't get to you.
Just trying to go about your day.
But once you know that it has been worse and it can be worse, this day-to-day stuff here is no problem at all. I'm not worried about I can stand here and talk to somebody and not worry about if your homeboy is going to come and hit me in the back of the head with a lock or something. You know what I'm saying? I can.
Safety. You're rewiring your brain for safety.
Yeah, but safety out here is different. I feel like I'm more in control of my own safety in a way.
Definitely. Well, I'm glad you guys are out, and I'm glad I met you, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. And next week we'll get back together and chat about something.
All right.
Yep.
Or do you have any more closing remarks on being out, and what do you think, outsider?
I mean, I could always keep talking.
Yeah.
I mean,
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you short.
No, yeah, I could definitely always keep talking. It's I don't know. I feel like we definitely need a network of people that have been locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can start one somehow.
Yeah. Maybe
get because social media is out there.
On the pod, some guests, too, that we could.
Oh, I definitely want to start getting guests. I want to get Nacho up here. There's a lady that I met on a Facebook group. She did 20-something years. I don't remember exactly.
The one that's on that audio?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I would like to actually just sit down and talk to her. She's in Macon, though.
Mm-hmm. Get the female perspective.
Yeah.
We might. We might have to make a trip.
We can do that.
Sounds fun. We've been wanting to travel, so maybe next time we'll be in Macon.
I don't know about Macon though. But I've never heard anything good about Macon.
I won my first championship wrestling in Macon.
Oh, yeah?
At the Macon Coliseum.
Oh.
Yeah. That's my only good memory of Macon.
It's a great memory.
That's a great memory.
Yeah.
So what do you think, do you think that the time that you did in prison is giving you an edge over people? Do you think you have a different perspective of
Yeah, and yeah, definitely, in many things, because when we were in prison, it's either you get it or you don't. It's and now I have the motivation and the I don't know, the mind to go and get it now. Right. If I'm tired, it doesn't matter how tired I am. I'm getting my ass up early and I'm going to get it. Right. It's on me to make the money. It's on me to handle my business. It's been like that in there all the time. Yeah. And it's definitely like that out here.
Definitely like that.
So yeah, I have an edge with certain things like discipline. I can sit still for hours. I can sit in a room by myself in the quiet for a long time.
A lot of people
can't do that.
Sit still.
No, they can't.
2
they
or
have
3
to do something,
minutes, and they have to be moving.
Got the phone, It's like, what's going on, and that's something that I've noticed. It's what's one of the biggest things that I noticed, as far as changes out here. And you were saying something about technology. Well, what I feel is a huge change is the people, and I think it's because of the technology. Yeah. It's talking to people is weird now. So it's a lot of people don't even want to talk. The first couple weeks I was out, I went to the mall a few times and shit. Went and bought some boots and everything. And, I never really had game. You know what I'm saying? I just found women, however, just by being me. Talking to them. Maybe saying something witty, and then we have a spark up a conversation. So, the first 2 weeks I was out, I was doing what I used to do and trying to make conversation with people, and people were kind of I'm like, hey, I'm talking to you. Yeah. Now, if I was on Messenger or Facebook or TikTok, whatever the fuck people, get on and said the same thing to her, she probably, hey, hit me up with hard to say, hey, how you doing? But I say it to you in person, it's like, oh, get away from me. I think that the social media shit has really done a number on people, because like their social interactions are completely different from what I remember 12, 15 years ago.
That, and like between the technology and like the gentrification of Atlanta and the metro area, like just the way that people move in situations is not the same as it used to be.
No.
Like teenagers are not the same. Like when we were teenagers, we didn't have smartphones. Like you might like have a Motorola Razr or like the little Nokia.
Yeah, I had me a little Nokia. Yeah,
like that's what we had. Like when we wanted to go find each other, we had to go find each other.
Yeah, you tell me where you are.
I'm meeting you upstairs. Yeah, you look and use your eyes and engage. And I feel like a lot of times people aren't looking and using theirs. I would find myself doing that too. Like because I would ride my bike to the Beltline to and from work, and there'd be days where I would look up, and there'd be days where I just was so centered, and
right.
It's just. Because you don't need the interaction of people when you have it on your phone.
Right. I think that's something that people lack, this is one of the biggest pet peeves of mine, I think, is that people lack situational awareness. And like being in prison, your situational awareness is heightened so much because at any moment anything could happen and you don't know how it could affect you. Or you don't want it to affect. Like if like you just gotta be ready for everything. You just gotta be aware of your surroundings at all times. And like people are so off guard all the time. Like all the time are so unaware of my presence. You know what I'm saying? And like if I was a malicious person, which I'm not,
right?
I could like there's just things that because of what I've seen people do to each other, I could be like, damn, this is like I could easily do this to this person and like, but nothing, and it's just because they were so unaware of my presence. It's crazy to me, like just people and just their inability to be aware of their surroundings. What about you?
Yeah, I do notice that. Yeah, but people did that a lot in prison too.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, come on. There was a lot of idiots standing around like, hey, what's going on, man? There's a war going on. It's like the whole day room's quiet, and they're standing out there like, yeah, I'm about to go work out or something. It's like, fool, there's no one out here in the middle of the day room. You hear crickets chirping. That means something's about to go down.
There was this one time I was at Smith, and the Bloods and the GDs got into it, and so they're lined up, shoes on. All the Bloods are over here on one side. All the GDs are over here on one side, and there's a little Blood dude standing in front of the TV. I'm talking about this close to the TV, just stand there. We're like, bro, you gonna be the first one out. They gonna go straight for his dumb ass. Get him first. Like, yeah, I don't know how people can just not be aware of their surroundings. I don't know. It's just amazing to me.
Oh, I can see how they are out here like that. Because everybody's looking at their damn phone. Everybody, all the time. Definitely when driving, it's illegal here to do that now.
And they still do it.
People still do it. It's like they do it more.
Yeah. And they don't even trying to hide. It'd be different, like you trying to hide it.
Yeah, looking down.
Like, no, people got it up here.
Yeah.
FaceTiming
while driving.
I've been guilty of that.
See, it probably causes more accidents now that people try to hide it because now they have to hide it down here and look down instead of looking at the road.
But I mean,
instead of having it up here and looking at the road at the same time.
It's no worse than back in the day when you got the big CD book or a map.
Or CD book.
Yeah.
Holding stuff in your teeth.
Yeah.
Trying to get it.
Women with putting their makeup on while driving. Yeah.
People, I guess people just in general just aren't aware of their surroundings at all. I don't know.
There's something to be said about trying to wake up every day with a sense of awareness, living a life of awareness. And I actually have a book about that so much that because I feel like I lost touch a little bit about how to be aware of every day. Like just you're making a choice to live, and especially for you guys, this is everything. You didn't have these choices before, so I don't know. I try to remind myself with these little passages I read every day about how to live a life of awareness, but it's just really hard to get caught up. Right. It's really hard to not get caught up in whatever the buzzing is, the noise, I like to call it,
Yeah, that's a good word.
So, but that's all we can try to do is keep it aware, keep it real, and
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either. I think that we should develop a sign off, something we say at the end of every episode to be like, I don't know.
Keeping it with the outsider's perspective, like it kind of keeping an awareness, this outsider's perspective of awareness.
I think my perspective is, I don't know.
What is it? What is it?
Sure. I don't know. I feel like I just have the way that I was raised and like just a lot of the things that I went through in life. I feel like give me a different perspective than most people. Like I don't know if there's a lot of people that just have been through I mean, no one has been through exactly what anyone else has been through. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times people go through like these like generic cookie cutter type situations right? And I feel like I don't know the types of situations that I lived in my life. I'm not trying to, and it's not like anything that I'm trying to brag about or anything like that. I just think that it gave me a different perspective on just everything.
Yeah, it made you who you are.
Yeah.
Shit.
And I feel like being out here and like I drive all day. And so I swear like 98% of people are fucking NPCs, bro. Like never
What does that mean?
Non-playable character like in a video game with like all the characters in the background.
Yeah.
AI, yeah.
But it's just like they've never had an original thought. They're the people that America wanted them to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the people that America thrives on.
The get up, go to work, don't ask questions, go home, make your little fucking food and feed your family and go back to sleep. Get up, go to work.
Do it again.
Yeah, like no original thought. Go to church on Sunday. Not that I'm saying church is a bad thing, but
I am.
Well, I mean, it's not a good thing. But yeah, like those types of people, like I feel like the world is full of like 90% of everybody is a fucking NPC. Like they just thrive off of what the next person is telling them. Like everybody, like what is Joe Rogan saying, or what is Donald Trump saying, or what is Andrew Tate saying?
People do that shit a lot.
What does the pastor say? What does my teacher say? Like
what do you say?
Thank you. Like what is your perspective on it? Like, what is your idea?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to discredit any of those people, but those people are where they are because of their perspective and the fact that they know how to
think on their own.
Right.
They have their own thought, you know.
And most people don't.
No.
It's like that in prison and out of prison. That's why a lot of people, like, when they go to prison, the first thing they do is join a fucking gang.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't know how to think on their own. They don't know what to do, and they see that's what everybody else does. Like, I thrived on the fact that I didn't join the gang when I was in prison.
Yeah, me too.
Like, it comes with its bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because prison is so political. There's a lot of things that, as a civilian, you can't do. And a lot of things, not like can't, but like you... See, that's the thing. For your safety.
That's the thing.
Saying? Like,
you know, the terms, like, the civilian, you know, in prison, a civilian is someone who's not in a gang, you know. And I had this conversation with somebody while I was in there, and that came up. Man, we're civilians in here. I said, whoa, we're all in the room. They're like, we're civilians. I said, what? Who? I ain't no fucking civilian. Oh, what you affiliated with? I was like, I ain't affiliated with shit. He's like, well, you're a civilian. I was like, no, civilians are the victims. I'm not a civilian in the war. You know what I'm saying? I'm a guerrilla or something, you know, but I'm not a civilian. So, you know, you can be a part of the fucking war and not be on the side. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, I never accepted being a civilian because there was nothing civil about me in there. Yeah, you know,
there was nothing civil about being in there.
Yeah,
like, yeah. But I definitely feel that. Like, I don't know. It's just being able to think on your own. It helps with just even like we said in the very first episode. It's about your mindset more than anything. And if you have the mindset of success, then you're gonna succeed. Yeah. If you have the mindset of, oh, I just got out of prison, I'm a victim,
that's failure.
I don't have, then you've already failed.
Well, that's any adversity in life. You can't let that
define
you.
Mm-hmm.
It will define you in a sense because you're gonna figure out hopefully how to overcome and how to, you know, get around or go through. Really, the only way through, I think, the only way to get through anything.
To just keep
go
going.
through it.
Yeah.
To deal with anything is to go through it.
Yeah.
So, and that's what gives us each our own perspective, the outsider's perspective, the Emeka perspective,
the Tanya
perspective. So
I couldn't say perspective. That's the perspective.
This is in the outsider's perspective.
Well, yeah.
We will
see when it comes to perspective, that's the outsider perspective. I used to tell people that I'm nobody. They're like, who, what you mean? No, you're somebody, man. Don't say that about yourself. I'm like, I'm not saying anything negative about myself. I'm saying I'm nobody because I do what nobody does. Yeah. I think the way nobody thinks. Yeah. So I'll have the nobody's perspective.
It's crazy when it comes to people like the way that we moved when we were locked up. People either fucking hated us for tried to find something to make them not like us, or they genuinely fucked with us because we were real motherfuckers.
Well, everybody respected me there.
Yeah, everybody respected me.
The gangs and all that shit. Yeah. I was making money doing everything that civilians aren't supposed to do, and I was the first one doing it. Yeah. Because I got respected. Just because I was myself.
Yeah. That's the best way to be. Just be yourself and be like.
I'm in prison, and everybody walking. What's up, Shouty? Where you from, Shouty? What they call you, Shouty? I'm like, my name is Emeka, and that's what they call me. Man, nigga, you talk like a white boy. I say, no, I speak properly.
Yeah, I hate that shit.
Look, I hit him with it one time. Like, man, you talk like a white boy. I said, look, go out to the day room right now and go find one white boy out there that speaks as proper as I do. Man, you know what I'm saying, man. It's like, no, you don't know what I'm saying.
You don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, so that's how I was, and I was just myself, and people liked it.
That's really the best way to be. Like when you're 100% and you do good business, and you carry yourself in a way that people know what to expect from you. Then they respect you. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not no bullshit. You're just a solid motherfucker.
Yeah.
What if our sign off is like perspective, like The Simpsons?
Well, I figured we just signing off, episode whatever.
And this has been the outsider's perspective.
Yeah, and everybody just make a comment. Hey,
just look right into the camera.
Comment.
Get all
Remember to stay aware and stay outside.
I like that.
And don't do drugs.
Do drugs.
All right, we'll see you guys next week, man.